for David Baptiste!
Hello, my name is David Baptiste. And I grew up in East Los Angeles. Where
2400 block Cincinnati Street.
Where our perception of society is informal, to say the least. Where many of you aspire to attend institutions of higher education, me and my homies just aspired to get to an institution. At the age of 12, my mother taught me my first trade, how to be a pharmacist. Some of you would call it a drug dealer. We moved around a lot when I was a kid. I never really understood why. And then one day the FBI showed up and it all started to make a lot of sense. My mother used to put me up on game and tell me things like, David, you have to take care of yourself. You have to remember how important you are. There's rules to this game. Rule number 1, don't get caught. Rule number 2, see rule number 1. I used to imagine she was like Sarah Connor from the Terminator. And I was destined to be some great apocalyptic general. That's probably why I don't know my father, right? Yeah, I had a difficult time in school. It was really hard for me. I used to stay late for extra credit. Some of you call that detention, right? It wasn't long before my troubled youth got me to one of those institutions I so dreamt about. I've been arrested twice. I've been to prison. Seen some real shit. First time I was arrested, I robbed a Burger King. I would have got away with it too, but when the police raided my house, my refrigerator was still full of condiments. Second time I was arrested. I was out exercising my pharmaceutical skills. I was doing pretty good too. And then an undercover cop rolled up on me and that was it. This time they raided my house. They found a kilo of cocaine and $50,000 in cash. At this point I had a moment of clarity. And I realized that I'm not that good of a criminal. And I didn't follow rule number 1. Right? That was 12 years ago. The entertainment industry is a circus. I feel like they hire anybody. I've now been employed professionally by the studios for over 12 years. But you know what I love most about jail? Was showering with the homies, you know? It's always great when you get a new guy come in and you get to fuck with him a little bit, you know? You gotta be like, hey, what's up, my boy? Can you pick that up for me real quick? Wouldn't our ancestors be proud of how domesticated we've become? Back in the day, we would stalk deer with a bow and arrow, fish salmon out of the river with a mighty spear. Now the great hunt is the clearance section. At the back of Food for Less. Right? A black friend of mine told me that black people don't eat mayonnaise.
Yes, we do.
So I leaned into him like Morpheus from the Matrix, and I told him, what if I told you that white people are so successful because they eat mayonnaise? He was shocked, and I just told him, you gotta stay woke. My friend Armando owns a mechanic shop down in Boyle Heights, and there's been a lot of gentrification going on in the neighborhood, so his business has been suffering. So he says, man, I don't know what to do. I painted the shop, I put the Si Habla Español signs up, and business is still slow. What do I do? I told him, we gotta think outside the box here. He said, all right. I told him, I got it. He said, what? I said, you gotta do like those fools in West Hollywood. And he says, what's that? So I told him, put up a rainbow flag.
I'll be there.
So he puts the rainbow flag up, and the next day, 10 Priuses lined up. All ready to get a lube job. A friend of mine recently gifted me a box of Cuban cigars, so I went to the shop in Beverly Hills to find out some more information. So as soon as I walk into the shop, the owner says, "Oh man, you're gonna need a moist box. Yeah, you gotta get the box nice and wet before you shove all those stogies in there. If you don't keep it moist, everything will just dry up." At first I was like, that's freaky, But no, normally there's only two things I like moist, and it's cake and cake. But he was such a good salesman, I bought the humidor. So my ex-girlfriend, or girlfriend, whatever she wants to call herself, told me how all her friends have men who spoil them. So me being the real player that I am, I had to level up. And so I took her out on an all expenses paid shopping spree to the Dollar Tree. That's my time. My name is David Baptiste. Thank you very much.
Give it up for David one more time. Black people do like mayonnaise. All right, let's move along. Leave me alone.